Before saying goodbye, a couple of helpful things that make learning MaxScript easier. First and foremost, don't be afraid of it. Really, it is a simple subject, but everyone needs time to learn it. There are many functions and many methods, many ways to access things. The MaxScript help will be your best friend in this process. Try to solve your everyday issues with scripting. The only way to learn it is through doing it on every occasion you can. So even if at first it might be more tedious to solve something with a script, force yourself to do your simple tasks this way. It's going to burst the effort in the long run. There are forums where you can ask if you run into problems, like the MaxScript forum on support.discrit.com, which has probably the biggest online scripter community, lots of friendly people eager to help. Or you can also turn to CG Academy's own scripting forums. Open other people's scripts and try to understand how they work. You can learn many tricks that way. Now, let's see a couple of practical tips and tricks. Try to make your script as nicely written as possible. Remember, you will have to understand it later. So, by arranging blocks into nested form using tab on a single line or on a selection of lines like this, you can arrange all these lines into different columns based on which blocks they belong to, and it makes your own job easier. Let's see here, we have this for cycle, and it has a block starting here and a block ending here, so we will just put the contents of the block one step ahead, and then here there's another block starting for the if conditional statement, and it ends here. So we'll just select everything in this block and press tab again, pushing it forward. Then there's another block here ending here, so whatever is inside we'll just push it in again. Then if you see here, there's another block starting ending here, which is the macro script itself, so we'll just select it all and press tab. This arrangement helps you identifying where a block starts or ends. It might also help to know that stepping into a block, then pressing Ctrl B selects the whole block in the text editor. If I step into this block, press Ctrl B, it selects the for cycle. If I step one block outside, press Ctrl B, selects that block. If I step here, press Ctrl B, it selects this block. Basically what it does is it steps forward and backwards and finds the appropriate brackets and selects everything in between them. So if I step in here, press Ctrl B, it just selects this block here. Also, if you want to push these lines backwards a column instead of to the right, you can press Shift tab instead of tab. So stepping right using tab, stepping left using Shift tab. Use the print command to debug. When things don't go the way you would expect them, just try to print the variable values into the listener window using the print function. That will give you some feedback from the script and a way to actually track what's happening while the script runs. So again, we have the forest making script here. I'm just going to modify it slightly so that it prints the height value of each of the trees that are being created in these 4 cycle steps here using the print function, new height. So evaluate it and run the script. There you go, we have all the height values now printed here into the listener view. So if you have some kind of bug or misbehavior from the script, Just try to print those variable values that you find most likely to be the reason for the misbehavior into the listener view. That way you will be able to track if they had the correct assumed values in them or not. Many programmers put so-called comments in their scripts to explain what each section of their code is doing. Comments are text blocks in the script that are not evaluated. They are essential in understanding other people's code. To add a comment into your own script, just put double dashes in the beginning of the line, and the following text will not be evaluated. So here is the forest making script fully commented now. It is very important to add as many commands as you can. Uncommented scripts can be really hard to understand later. It has happened to me more than once that I opened an old script of mine which I had not commented, and let me tell you, it can take a lot of time to reverse engineer even your own code. All the example scripts included on this DVD are commented. If you want to tag multiple lines as a command block, you can use the ***/ symbols to do so. So let's change these first couple lines here from this single line commenting. Just remove the commands, and as you can see, right as I remove the comment dashes, Max colors these lines as they were just normal script lines. So I put back the dash asterisk and then dash asterisk here, press Ctrl D to update the coloring of the script, and there you go. All these lines now become a command block. Open the listener window as I have here and turn on the macro recorder. This feature, when turned on, records all or most of our activity in Max interactively. If you don't know what the max script function is for a given operation, just turn on the macro recorder and do the action manually. With a little luck, the proper max script command will be printed into the listener window. Like, I'm creating all these different objects now, and you can see all the proper max script functions are printed there. Or I'll just select these objects, move these objects, rotate them, go to the modify panel, add the modifier to them. It's all recorded here in the listener view. Don't have this feature on all the time though. It can slow down Max quite a bit.